So, hello students. So, in our previous classes, we have discussed till decomposition reaction. That is, we are discussing the types of reaction, and we have completed till decomposition reaction. Okay. And today we will be looking at third and fourth type of reaction, that is displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Okay. So, let's begin. Yeah. So, we will be looking at displacement reaction. Clear? So we are will be proceeding as per your book. That is, we are first considering an example that is given in your book. Okay. And one more thing, that during my previous video, some of you have requested me to also include SMS while explaining the topics. Okay. And due to this, wherever I think it is necessary, I will be also using SMS. Okay, but mostly the video will be in English. Okay, so I hope that I will have no problem regarding this. Okay, so now let's start. So what we are doing, we are taking a test tube. Okay, so we are taking a test tube, and in the test tube, what we have done, we have filled the test tube with copper sulfate solution. Okay, CuSO4, that is copper sulfate solution. And how copper sulfate solution looks? It is blue in color. Okay, so it is a very common chemical, copper sulfate, very common compound, and the color of copper sulfate is blue. Okay, most preferably the color of copper sulfate pentahydrate. Okay, so CuSO4.5H2O, copper sulfate pentahydrate, and color of this crystals are blue. Okay, and when we make solution by dissolving the crystal of copper sulfate pentahydrate in water, we will get a blue colored solution. Okay, so up to this, very easy. Then what we are doing, we are taking an iron nail. Okay, so the simple nail that we all know, that is easily available in the market. So that nail we are using, and we are tying it with a thread, and we are dipping it in the solution. Okay, so that it is immersed in the copper sulfate, it is submerged in the copper sulfate solution. Okay, so that means আমি এটা গজাল লৈ আছো, লোহাৰ গজাল, আৰু সেইটো আমি কি কৰি আছো, কপাৰ সালফেট সলিউশনত ডুবাই থৈ দিছো, ঠিক আছে, with the help of a thread. Clear? So now what we will observe, okay, we will let the reaction to occur. So we will keep this setting, whole setting, for a time, okay, without disturbing it. So after some time we will see that the whole solution that was earlier blue in color, it will now turn green. Okay, so the solution color will change to green. Okay, so while reading about our chemical reactions, we have known that how we can say that a chemical reaction is occurring by observing on 4 different characteristics. That is, if there is change in color, if the temperature is changing, if any gas is evolving, or if the state of the reactants has changed, then we can say reactants have changed, then we can say that there is a chemical reaction. And here what we are observing, that the color of the solution, which was earlier blue, okay, so that has changed to green. যেটো solution color আগতে blue color আছিল, সেইটো কিছু সময়ৰ পিছত কি হৈ গ'ল, green color লৈকে চেঞ্জ হৈ গ'ল. Okay, so from this we can definitely say that a chemical reaction has occurred. Yes, because earlier the color of this solution was blue, now it has changed into green. Okay, so now our objective is why the green color has appeared instead of the blue color. So the answer is, this green color is because of ferrous sulfate. Okay, so this we have already seen in our previous discussion of decomposition reaction. Okay, so here what will happen, there will be a reaction between the iron nail and the copper sulfate solution, and from that we will get ferrous sulfate, which will give a green colored solution. Okay, and where will the copper go? Here ferrous is there, sulfate is there, so this copper, okay, which was present earlier, this is copper. Where will this copper go? So this copper will deposit over this nail. Okay, copper will be means if this is the nail, so it will be whole outside layer of the nail, there copper will deposit. Okay, that means যেটো গজাল আছে গজালটোৰ বাহিৰৰ যেটো সাৰফেস আছে তাত কি হৈ যাব কপাৰবোৰ লাগি যাব ঠিক আছে that is copper will be deposited at the outer surface of the nail. So the nail will become brownish in color, and this brownish color means that copper has deposited over the iron nail. Okay, which is giving the brown color to the nail. Okay, so I think very easy. We have all understood the reaction. Now we will try to write the reaction in terms of a chemical equation. Okay, so the chemical equation we can write it in this way. Yes, that is copper sulfate, which is in solution, that is in aqueous state. So what was aqueous state? I have already discussed that if any salt or any chemical compound which is dissolved in water, then we can say that the state of that particular chemical species is aqueous. Okay, because a solution is made of that compound in water. Okay, so we are writing AQ, that represent the aqueous state. Here this is Fe in solid state, that is iron, and in its solid state, because iron that we have taken in the reaction, it was in the form of a nail. Okay, and nail is solid, we know. So iron is in its solid state, and what we are getting after some time, ferrous sulfate. Okay, and ferrous sulfate also we get the green colored solution. Okay, so ferrous sulfate is also present in its aqueous state, and what we have seen that copper it deposits over the iron nail. Okay, so since it deposits, only solid can deposit. Okay, so it is depositing over the iron nail, that is copper is also in its solid state. Clear? So if we compare, okay, so if we compare this reaction to a general schematic form, okay, to a general equation, chemical equation. This is a general equation where I am considering two chemical species here. First AB, which is a compound, C is another chemical species, and CB is another compound, and A is another chemical species. Okay, so আমি এটো এনে এটা রিঅ্যাকশন আমি কনসিডার কৰি আছো ঠিক আছে where for reference AB is a compound, C is another chemical species, preferably a metal. C is a metal, and then we get another compound CB, and A is another metal. Okay, so now if we compare this equation with this equation, what we can see that AB is copper sulfate, C is iron, CB is ferrous sulfate, and A is copper. Clear? So what you can see that C is displacing A out of its position. Okay, that means C is reacting with the compound AB, and it is pushing out A out of its position. মানে C আহিছে AB attack কৰিছে আৰু A নিজৰ জায়গাৰ পৰা কি হৈছে বাহিৰলৈকে ওলাই দিছে. Clear? And then it is reacting with B to form the compound CB. Okay, and A it remains single. Okay, so very easy. That is C is reacting with AB, and it is throwing out A out of its position, and it is making another compound CB, and A remains single. Okay, so these type of reactions where a metal displaces another metal, okay, most commonly a metal, so where a metal displaces another metal out of the earlier compound to form a new compound is known as displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction? So displacement reaction is that a reaction in where a metal with higher reactivity displaces another metal to form a new compound. Okay, so this type of reactions are known as displacement reaction. So let us try to understand this condition of displacement reaction with some example. Okay, so what we will do, we will take two person. Okay, suppose person A and B. Okay, where one of the person is a bodybuilder. Okay, having a good physique. ঠিক আছে, আমি দুজন মানুহ লৈ আছো, এজন একদম WWE wrestler type bodybuilder আৰু এজন জেনাৰেল মানুহ. ঠিক আছে, so suppose ঠিক আছে এজন তুমি নিজকে তোমাৰ কনসিডাৰ কৰা আৰু এজন তোমাৰ লগত বডি বিল্ডাৰ আছে ওকে ইউ এণ্ড আ বডি বিল্ডাৰ so suppose there is a wrestling match between you two okay so the bodybuilder and yourself so what will happen in the match what will happen it will easily throw you yes you will be beaten up and you will be thrown away yes so the similar thing happens with a displacement reaction so here in the case of the wrestling match what happens that the person that is the bodybuilder who is having higher energy than you ঠিক আছে that means যাৰ বল বেছি so bodybuilder to obviously তোমাতকে বল বেছি হ'ব তো হি কি কৰিব তোমাক easily হৰাই দিব yes you will be beaten up why because he has more energy as compared to you okay so his strength is more than you so therefore you will be easily beaten up okay so similarly in this case of reaction what will happen the metal okay that will have higher reactivity in case of human we see energy or strength but in case of metal we will be looking on its reactivity okay so the reactivity of the metal okay so the metal which will be having higher reactivity it will throw away or displace the metal that has lower reactivity okay so the other case is not possible okay so this case is if you look at the opposite scenario that is if you think that you and the wrestler or the WWE champion or the bodybuilder is fighting okay you and the WWE wrestler is fighting okay and it is very difficult for you it will be very difficult for you or almost impossible to throw the wrestler out of the ring by beating him okay so it is very difficult for you to defeat the wrestler in a wrestling match because he is also trained and he has strength that means he has more strength than him so similarly in this case of displacement reaction what will happen the metal who will be having higher reactivity okay so it will displace the metal having lower reactivity but the metal having lower reactivity cannot displace the metal which is having a higher reactivity okay so if in a compound there is a metal which has higher reactivity and if we are adding to that solution a metal having lower reactivity then it will not be possible for it to displace the metal with higher reactivity okay so let us consider the opposite case so in the earlier reaction we have seen CuSO4 plus iron we get ferrous sulfate plus copper okay so why it is happening because iron have higher reactivity than whom than copper okay so therefore what iron is doing it is throwing out the copper from its position okay but if we consider the opposite case suppose we have ferrous sulfate solution okay we are doing the opposite reaction we are taking ferrous sulfate solution and we are putting solid copper in it okay so what we will expect some of us might think that the similar reaction will happen that copper will be throwing away iron so copper will be displacing iron from the ferrous sulfate solution but this is not possible so generally what we will see that no reaction occurs why no reaction occurs because as we have seen that iron has higher reactivity okay and copper has lower reactivity low reactivity yes so what it cannot displace iron okay so a metal having lower reactivity cannot displace a metal with higher reactivity yes so to predict that if a displacement reaction will occur or not so what we have to do we have to know the reactivity series of metal okay so we have to know which metal has higher reactivity and which metal will displace the other metal to predict that we have to know the reactivity of the metals and to know the reactivity of the metals we have to know the reactivity series okay so I am giving you here the reactivity series okay so this is the reactivity series so it is also present in your book okay so you can look at it from in your book Okay, so I think we have understood what is displacement reaction. Okay, so we will be looking at 2-3 more examples. Okay, so we are looking at 2 examples that is already given in your book. One is zinc solid in solid form is reacting with copper sulfate. So this is copper sulfate, this is zinc, and zinc in its solid form is reacting with copper sulfate to give zinc sulfate and copper as solid. So here what you can see that zinc is displacing copper. Yes, so zinc is displacing copper. So why zinc is displacing copper from copper sulfate? Because zinc has higher reactivity than copper, and we know, we have seen that in displacement reaction what happens, the metal with higher reactivity. Okay, here I am writing metal with higher reactivity displaces the metal with low reactivity, or we can say metal which is less reactive. Okay, so that means in displacement reaction what we see, a metal having higher reactivity, it displaces a metal which is less reactive or which are low reactivity. Okay, so in both this reaction, that is in one we are using zinc and one we are using lead. Okay, so in both the cases the condition is similar, that is zinc and lead both have higher reactivity than copper. Okay, so in both cases zinc and lead is displacing copper out of the copper compound, that is here copper sulfate, here copper chloride. Okay, so in both these what is happening here, zinc is displacing copper out of copper sulfate, and here lead is displacing copper out of copper chloride. So we are getting here zinc sulfate, here we are getting lead chloride. Okay, and copper is deposited as solid since it is removed from its original solution. Yes, so this is what displacement reaction is. Okay, so similarly in the double displacement reaction also the concept is same. Okay, so in double displacement reaction also what will happen, we will see that more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from its solution. Okay, so now we will be looking at some double displacement reaction. Okay, so we are looking at double displacement reaction. Okay, so in this reaction what we are doing, we are taking sodium sulfate in a test tube and we are taking barium chloride in the other test tube. Okay, both are in its aqueous state, that is we are using solution of sodium sulfate and solution of barium chloride. Yes, so what happens, as soon as we add both the solution, that is when we add sodium sulfate and barium chloride in one test tube. Okay, so now what happens, a reaction starts. Okay, and after the reaction begins, we can see that after some time, since both sodium sulfate and barium chloride both are in its aqueous state. Okay, so that means both are solution, both are liquid. So as soon as we start the reaction, we will see that slowly some white solid starts to appear. Okay, and those white solid, what they will do, they will slowly and slowly settle at the bottom of the test tube. Yes, so some white solid substance, they will appear, and what they will do, they will settle at the bottom of the test tube. Okay, and what happens after reaction is proceeds, when the reaction proceeds, we will see more and more of those white solid substances, it will settle at the bottom of the test tube. Okay, so when the reaction is completely over, we will see that a good amount of white substances is settled at the bottom of the test tube. Okay, so once the reaction is over, if you try to dissolve the white substance by shaking the test tube, okay, so even if you try to dissolve the white substance by shaking the test tube, that means তুমি যদি এই যে বগা বগা যিখিনি সাবষ্টেন্স পৰি আছে তলত এইখিনি যদি ডিজলভ কৰিবৰ কাৰণে টেষ্ট টিউবটো মানে মুভ কৰা বা চেক কৰা তথাপিও কি হয় এই হোৱাইট সাবষ্টেন্সখিনি ডিজলভ নহয় দ্যাট মিন্স the substances, the white substances that is settling down in the bottom of the test tube, even if you try to dissolve them again, they will not be dissolved in the solution. Okay, so such substances which are generally solid and which is produced during a reaction and which is not soluble, okay, those substances are known as precipitate. Okay, so those substances are known as precipitate. Okay, and we know that all precipitates are in their solid form. Okay, and in this reaction, so what is the precipitate that is forming? It is barium sulfate. Okay, so the white substance is nothing but it is barium sulfate. Okay, and it is formed as a white precipitate when sodium sulfate is reacting with barium chloride. Okay, and we obviously will get sodium chloride as the other product, and sodium chloride will be in its aqueous state, that is it will be present in the solution. Okay, so now since in the reaction what we are getting a precipitate. Okay, so the reactions where any precipitate is formed, those reactions are also known as precipitation reaction. Okay, so not all double displacement reaction are precipitation reaction. Remember this point, that all double displacement reaction may not be precipitation reaction. Okay, but all the reaction where a precipitate is formed, okay, that means where we get one product as a precipitate, so all those reactions are known as precipitation reaction. Okay, so for precipitation reaction to occur, to identify that whether a reaction is precipitation reaction or not, we have to see that whether there is any precipitate formed. Okay, so this arrow which I have given downwards, okay, so the arrow head is pointing down, so this type of arrow is given when any precipitate is formed. Okay, to represent that this is a precipitate, we give the arrow which is pointing downwards. Clear? So remember this, that precipitation reaction are those reactions in which a precipitate is formed. Okay, and all double displacement reaction is not necessary will be a precipitation reaction. Okay, so it may not be all double displacement reactions may not be precipitation reaction. Okay, so now this is an example of double displacement reaction as well as precipitation reaction. Okay, so now what is double displacement? Okay, so earlier we have looked at displacement reaction. So what in displacement reaction, what we have seen, we saw that in displacement reaction the metal with higher reactivity, it displaces the metal having low reactivity, or the metal which is less reactive. Okay, so in double displacement reaction also the similar thing occurs. So what will happen here? We will see that sodium and barium. Okay, so reactivity of sodium is higher, so it will displace the barium. Okay, barium from barium chloride. So once sodium will displace the barium chloride, so now what will happen? Sodium will take the position of barium and it will form sodium chloride. Okay, yes, so once sodium displaces the barium, it will form sodium chloride. Yes, so now in the solution what we will be having barium ions and barium 2 positive ions and SO4 2 negative ions. Okay, so they together they will combine to form barium sulfate. Okay, so what we will see? We will see that sodium sulfate is reacting with barium chloride, and what is happening in this reaction? In this reaction, sodium, which is having higher reactivity, it will displace the barium metal. Okay, so once barium metal is displaced, sodium will form compound with chlorine to give sodium chloride. Okay, so we'll get sodium chloride, and once sodium chloride is formed, so from this what will happen? Barium will come out. Yes, and from this sodium sulfate we'll get SO4 2 minus. Here we will get Ba2 plus ions. Yes, yes. So what we can these two ions will do? Barium will form compound. Okay, so because barium is alone, sulfate is also alone, so they will say yes, let us come together and form a different compound, and they will form barium sulfate. Yes. So if you look at this particular reaction, you can also say that double displacement reactions are generally interchange of ions. So why? Because sodium is interchanging with barium, sulfate is interchanging with chlorine. Okay, so what we see, that interchange of ion is taking place. That is, sodium is taking the place of barium, sulfate is taking the place of chloride. Yes, or we can say chloride is taking the place of sulfate. So what we can see, that ions are exchanging to give different product. Yes, so earlier sodium was in a compound. In this compound, sodium was present with sulfate ion. Okay, so what they do, they will break this compound, and now sodium is forming an ion with chlorine. And here barium, earlier it was present with chlorine, and now it has moved to make a compound with sulfate. Okay, so what we can see, that the ions are interchanging. Okay, so the type of reaction in which there is an interchange of the ion to give us new product, or can be said as double displacement reaction. Okay, so if you compare it with a general reaction, suppose here AB plus CD. Okay, so A is one ion, B is one ion, C is another ion, D is another ion. Okay, so here A and B ion are together to give AB compound. Here C and D ions are together to give CD compound. Okay, so in double displacement reaction, what will happen? A will take the position of B, sorry, A will take the position of C, and B will take the position of B. Okay, so what will happen? There is an interchange. So what will get? Now A will make compound with D. Okay, A is a metal, and it will take the place of another metal, that is C. So A will make compound with D. Okay, and remember one thing, that metal will displace metal, and the non-metallic ion will displace a non-metallic ion. Okay, so this should be clear. Okay, so we'll never see a compound of two metals. Okay, so in this case you will never see this one, Na2Ba. You will not see this, because sodium and barium both are metal. Okay, so you will not see this kind of compound. You will see that metal is displacing a metal, and the non-metallic part is displacing the non-metallic part. So this type of compound you will not see it during double displacement reaction. So what you will see here in this case, that it will give AB and BC. Okay, so that means the ions are interchanging. Okay, so this type of reactions are double displacement reaction. Okay, so how to identify? So displacement reaction, you will identify that a new metal is being added to a solution, wherein to a solution of a compound, and you will see that in the product side we are getting a different compound, and one metal is being displaced by the added metal. Okay, so such type of reaction will be known as displacement reaction. So you can identify from there. Okay, so in the earlier reaction, what we see, iron is displacing copper sulfate to give ferrous sulfate and copper. Okay, so that means one metal is added to a metallic, already a solution of a salt of another metal. Yes, so one metal is added to the solution of a salt of another metal. Yes, copper sulfate is a salt of copper, and we are adding iron, which is a different metal, to the solution of this salt, and we are getting a different product. And what happens? The more reactive metal, it displaces the less reactive metal. Again, in double displacement reaction, what we will see? We will see that the ions are exchanged. Yes, so we will get two completely new products. Yes, yes. So here also what we will see, that the more reactive metal will displace the less reactive metal, and due to this the ion exchange occur. Okay, so these are the two types of displacement reaction. One is displacement reaction and the other is double displacement reaction. Okay, so the process is same. So where in the first case the more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal. In the second case, ions are exchanged by the means of displacing one another. Yes, so here also the one metal will displace the other metal and the non-metallic part will displace the other non-metallic part to give two new products. So these are, one is displacement reaction, one is double displacement reaction. Okay, and in this reaction where sodium sulfate is reacting with barium chloride, we are getting a white solid substance which is not dissolvable. Okay, so which does not dissolve and it settles down at the bottom of the test tube, and such substances are known as precipitate. So since in this reaction precipitate is formed, so such type of reaction is also known as precipitation reaction. Okay, so this is the concept that you require for these two type of reaction. Okay, so in our next class we will be looking at reduction and oxidation reaction, or simply redox reaction. Okay, so that will be the last topic for this chapter. Okay, so